Let's go! Are you kidding me, Oklahoma fans? Is the season over? The college football playoff dream, is it dead? You're on your home field and you lose as a 5-point favorite. We start off with a really good throw right here by John Mateer. I love the fact that he decided to throw this football behind Kanik, away from the DB, and he's able to turn upfield while taking a pretty nice hit. So I did not think that Isaiah Sategna would be an SEC alpha wide receiver. He's more of a slot number 2 guy, but him putting up a 131 spot in this game is pretty ridiculous. And this throw by Mr. John Mateer, that tight spiral, baby. Look at that beautiful bean footage. Sategna also getting interfered with. No flag on the play. That drive stalled out. You got into 3rd and 14 and settled for a screen. I love the design of. So you have to settle for a field goal on that drive. A Sategna screen set up that field goal, and this is just such good run design. You're pulling the guard and the tackle to the right, but it's actually a pitch to the left. And you'll see right here that Ole Miss actually is not in that bad of a spot to make a play. But one thing you'll begin to pick up on is with reverses, screens, and all kinds of stuff in the backfield, the big benefit is you're giving your running back or whoever's taking the ball a running start, right? Because you're able to get some momentum, even though this play was stretched out fine by Ole Miss, you're able to pick up some good yards. 3rd and 1 versus one of the worst rushing defenses in the SEC. And with this look at what they're in, right? This is a soft defensive alignment. You just have to be able to pick up this yard. So what happened? There's no push. There's absolutely positively no push. They brought a slot corner blitz who's able to clean all this junk up. And, well, you give the football back to the Rebels. You get to the big touchdown right here by Isaiah Sategna. And, in fact, there were multiple touchdowns here. So one thing Oklahoma does a good job of with these quick screens to the outside is you can have safeties be over-aggressive in jumping these screens on a 3rd and 3. So you can see the backside safety runs all the way over here for a man coverage assignment on the running back. And then the actual play side safety runs down here as well. And you'll see that Kanik here is wide open for a big one. Big one. All right. So the protection holds up. And guess what? John Mateer says, hey, Sategna, just run into this space. It's open. This is honestly some really creative quarterback play. Look at this. He's like, hey, just get over there. And he just floats this football right into Sategna's path, and nobody's catching him, folks. Really good stuff, aided by some really horrendous defense right here. So good stuff from the Sooners. Yeah, pretty big play in this game. So it's 1st and 12, and you run a delayed horizontal. And I say it's a delay. It's not a delay. It just takes a while for this play to develop. A horizontal handoff backed up into your own end zone. Never a big fan of that. I like to get more vertical. If anything, throw the ball. But handing this off, you allow these defenders that are selling out to stop the handoff to actually get in here and make a play. And, well, they're able to. And the blocks were not good from the play side, and it's an easy safety. One thing that everybody's doing on 4th and 2 and 4th and 1 conversions is basically running the same exact play. So it's a fake handoff, but the running back never actually is close to the play action fake, and you throw it to him in the flats. If they guard the flats, guess what? We throw it deep. The problem is Ole Miss sold out to stop this play. You can see one right here. Prince Will goes straight to Mateer aggressively, and there is a corner just sitting right here ready for the running back. Okay, so this play is starting to get sniffed out. Oklahoma's won games with it. Alabama's won games with it. Georgia's won games running this play. It's a really difficult play to stop, but Ole Miss has figured it out. 3rd and Bixby, and I want to shout out my boy B. Mill. His son's 9-year-old team in Bixby went undefeated, so shout out to my boy Cash Money, okay? It's 3rd and 10, and this is honestly really good quarterbacking from Mateer. He sees the matchup against Sategna on the go versus the slot corner here, and Mateer just overthrows him. You guys know I'm a big Mateer fan, but was there some pressure? Yes. Does this overthrow, is it a little bit more difficult than what it looks like? It looks bad, but honestly, you could see that there is a little tugging, which does slow down the connection here. But it is an overthrow. You would like to see that completed. I don't think Sategna is ever catching that anyway. And now you have to punt. Now, Oklahoma, you are given a lifeline here. I keep calling him Mario Anderson. But Xavier Robinson said, look, you guys go get Jaden Ivey in the portal. I'm still going to be the lead back for this team. This is ridiculously good running back play. He stays on his feet. This is a good job by Sategna keeping his blocks. You can tell a wide receiver room is well coached when they are blocking this hard this late into the play. A lot of you were offended with what I had to say about Gibson on last week's breakdown. He has a big block to really spring this one, and now you just hope that you have enough juice to score this bad boy to the 20. I kind of want to go into my play-by-play version, but it is a touchdown. You love to see it. Wow. And then the ref takes a tumble. Ooh. Cletus. Now, OU fans, let me know if you think he should be the lead back the rest of the way. This is really good running right here. Feels this out. This DT gets out of his gap, and you just bounce it into that little hole. And now we just need you to get as vertical as you possibly can. It should be a face mask. Did they call that? I wasn't able to watch the third quarter of this game. Man, I hope they called that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty vicious. And then we get to some John Mateer magic. All right, he doesn't want to throw the vertical here. And guess what? If you're going to lose contain versus John freaking Mateer, he's going to make you pay, and that's exactly what he does. He says, rent is due, number 5, because you lost contain. And once again, these receivers for Oklahoma do such a great job blocking down the field. Good stuff right here from Mr. Mateer, and it's enough for a first. Eat the hot hand. Okay? I'm going to keep calling him Anderson because I loved him on that 2017 Oklahoma team. Look at this push. That's gross. That is downright diabolical. That is mischievous offensive line play. You'll have to see it, and you should score this every single time, and he's able to do so. All right, this is the most common two-point conversion play. It's a rollout to the right side where you're just trying to get enough rubs here, and you throw the rollout right here. That should be your throw almost every single time. And as a corner, you want to pass this off, and then you pick it up. It's a lot harder to do in practice. But, man, Mateer just throws it low. Should it still be caught? Maybe, but no, it's just a bad ball. It's a really, really, really bad ball. 3rd and 10. This is a very common play call, and Ole Miss is just ready for it. Look at all these zone defenders they have over here, and basically this is a flood variation. So you have a vertical here, and you're hoping to hit this secondary route behind it. Okay, and then you have a running back running into the flats, and Ole Miss just has everything covered. They had this, and they had a lot of the Oklahoma plays kind of sort of sniffed out, especially on the later 3rd and 4th downs. That's a tough throw, and it's incomplete. A good play by the DB. So we have a special members-only Isaiah Sategna fumble film study. It's something that drives me crazy that college football players do, so check it out down below. And on this 3rd and Nichols Hills, that doesn't even sound like a suburb of Oklahoma. But apparently it is. I actually like this decision by John Mateer to work the one-on-one to Gibson. And this could have gone either way, but lucky for Oklahoma, it's a flag, and, well, you get a first down. 3rd and 5, and goodness gracious, John Mateer. Wow, this is just a massive, massive, massive miss. Or you get Kanik, one of the receivers you are more in tune with. And we could get into footwork debates here I'm fine if you're throwing like a deep corner and you want to give yourself a better angle. But, there's going to be some QB mechanic experts that say, hey, this is just not what we want. All right, you could see the foot is very wide towards the sideline. We want this to be a little bit more, towards the target. You QB mechanics, experts let me know. And it's a misfire. It is a bad misfire. Ugh. So pre-snap, this looks like this is quarters on this 4th and 5. So you go here, you go here, you go here, you go here. Instead, it becomes just basic cover 2 match. All right. So I've watched a lot of Pete Golding reps. When the game is on the line, he likes to play a lot of cover 2 man under and force you to beat him. Right. He did that for the entire Garrett Nussmeier drive last year that he cooked him on. And basically, if I was Mateer, I'm probably still wanting to work this with Sategna. The downside, though, is if this corner is in cloud, this gets, picked off right here if you're working the pivot to Sategna. But the pivot to Isaiah gets the job done here. Mateer decides to work the double move to the top of the screen, and, well, Gibson just ain't it at this point. All right, he was really good, coming off injury, all that stuff. This is still a misfire. A perfect throw does get this done, but there you go. So you get the controversial ruling to go in your favor. I'm not going to replay it, but I thought that was a fumble. But whatever. We move on here to this 4th-and-2 play. Sategna makes the catch. Obviously, you need to get up there and spike the football as quickly as you can. Alrighty, so you're able to spike it, and this is some really, really, really good play calling by the Ole Miss defense. I hate it on Hail Marys when teams just rush typical 4-man alignments. So you could see 14, you're thinking that he might be playing coverage. He's flying off the edge. And you also blitz this guy right here. Okay, so even though he falls down, guess what happens? You then get a secondary pressure from 6. All right, so it's a lot, right? Mateer feels sped up, even though this is protected well. You, though, as a quarterback on a Hail Mary, you've got to buy more time for your guys to get down there. Okay, so Mateer decides to give it a go, and it's a wobbler, as you can see, and it's thrown too short. All right, these receivers also could have done a better job of actually getting down there. But still, this was a tough John Mateer game. And I brought this up last week in the South Carolina study, and I got flamed for it. He has regressed, but it's not just him. This Ole Miss offense just absolutely pounced you, and there you go. The good news, though, is that you could still make the college football playoff. You just need a lot to go your way in these final couple of weeks. A lot. So let me know down below if Oklahoma's going to make it.